Hello and welcome to a bonus episode of The Simone Frequency. I'm your host, Trish Simone Wild, and this episode is unique in that it is a spontaneous channeled message. I was recording my Oracle card study and a message came through involving Earth's Fulcrum, the Flotilla, and disclosure from an Andromedan fleet, which is part of my soul origin. There'll be a lot more disclosure. We'll refer to them as galactics from many others, apparently. This was recorded about 10:30 on the evening of October 2nd, Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, I was doing my Oracle card reading, which I don't normally go on camera for, and I've never channeled during, so it was really fascinating how it came up. So I'm just gonna transition and pick up on where the channeling message started in the original video clip. So here's your bonus content for The Simone Frequency, a channeled podcast for the new earth. Doing the work of deep, abiding love in the world requires sleep and rest and restoration. You do not shift the consciousness of a planet overnight. But when you finally hit the fulcrum, which is what is happening, that's what's going on in the world. The earth has hit the fulcrum where everyone who's choosing consciousness, choosing love, choosing to keep their heart open instead of closed, you are inspiring one another. You are waking people up, not with your preaching and doctrine, but with your love for each other. Your willingness to say no. We choose an earth that looks like this, that looks like people who take care of each other. To be where we are and watching the fulcrum tip, we wish that you could see your world right now. From our point of view, how bright you are shining. Those of you who have taken to the sea are shining in deep, abiding love for each other. Those of you who call and take to the streets and provide your funds, do it from deep, abiding love for one another. No one is out there doing this work to spite anybody else. They're doing this work from love. And that creates the most beautiful, shining waves of light. The highest frequency of music. See, we had an idea of what watching the earth shift over the fulcrum, because see, it's a very brief moment, but we are witnessing it. And if you could see it from our view, you would understand why so many of you feel the waves of energy rushing through you, just like you feel each other's grief rushing through you. You feel each other's love and gratitude as well. And those of you like Trish, who have known this is coming for some time and have been doing the work of the earth, holding down the grid, you too must stay steady on the waves. Your work is also important. Anchor in the frequency and watch as your world is born anew. We do not wish to leave the impression that it will be simple. Your world, you have an expression of a film, the lion and the shoes. And it says it's going to get darker before it gets lighter. And this is true. But at the end of the road was a lie. See, they thought they were going to see a wizard. And all of they see is someone trying to control you. And there will be grief for that when you understand how deeply they tried to control you, but they have lost. And so you will need to take the time to grieve and to rest. And then together decide what kind of world you want to rebuild. You would call it rebuild, but that would not be the right word if you said rebuild. Because you are creating is something so new. Those who would have controlled you could not even imagine it. And do not be afraid. For it may feel like there is some time left. And yes, it will be hard, but there will be an end, and you will look back and realize how time has gone quickly. How much wonder there is. We call it awe. There will be moments of awe. Welcome, Earth. The rest of the galaxy. This is part of what you would call disclosure in your world. We asked Trish to be brave enough to share this with you. She was asking for guidance on the events of today, the Flotilla, and why she was feeling so strongly emotional about it. Sometimes it felt like waves of joy and it was confusing. So we said we'd explain it. There will be many more of you that can hear and channel through these means. We hope that if we talk to you enough, through those who are able to vibrate on the frequency to hear us and deliver us, as is Trish, that you will not be afraid, that you will continue to choose and make choices from love. She is fighting her own fear. We are telling her she does not have to share this with you, that she does not have to. It is her choice. It does not have to be tonight. This is being filmed tonight, the night of your Flotilla. The 2nd of October. She does not have to share it tonight until she feels ready for such exposure. See, many of you will shift to this new world and still be very unaware, because your heart, you led with your heart. That's what was not mattered before any knowledge of how the world worked, how the universe worked. All you had to do is choose to keep your heart space open and connected to one another. And that's what you did, and now you are here. And the world may look very, very different and confusing at times, but you are safe. Everything is going to be all right. Once you're through the darkness, before it'll get a little lighter. And apparently, disclosure, that was Simone channeling from the Andromedan fleet, which I have dreams about sometimes. My soul origin is Andromedan. And I understand myself to have a lifetime as a navigator on a ship, but the navigator is more of like, maybe it's kind of like the Flotilla, like I navigate, there's still other species with much technology out there that still does not choose paths of love and peace. And so part of navigating is moving out of their vibration, out of their frequency. And mostly that's what we've experienced as humans. We don't get the vibe at their frequency, and that's changing. And I'm really excited for y'all to experience it. If you start having experiences that you don't understand, because maybe you're not somebody who's had experiences, multidimensional experiences, or what might be called paranormal or supernatural, or ET visitations, things that, fae, things that generally have lived at a different frequency than us, but our frequency is changing. So those veils are thinning. Feel free to reach out. Give me some examples of what you're experiencing. See what I can get out of Simone about what else is going on in the world right now, and throw that in here. And I guess this is what's going up this week for the Oracle card study. Never a dull moment around here. I'm nervous as hell to post it, but that's what I'm doing. the Simone Frequency Podcast, a channel podcast for navigating the new earth. I offer one-on-one oracle readings, gently used magic, coaching, education, and more on my website, sassybonesep.com.